Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Football Chatbox. My name is Ryan, and welcome to the Gameweek 29 team selection video. We are live for a quick team selection Q&A, just to kind of answer if you have any questions. Let me know in the comments, and also I could probably explain like a few ideas of what's going on with me in terms of my team selection plans. So, having said all of that, so far, I mean, I'm on a very tiny green arrow. I think the safety score is like 37. I had Huming Sun, which was good, and Pedro Porro as well. I started, which was pretty good. Unfortunately, Garnacho on the bench, which does hurt quite a bit. This is what it is, I guess. I think one thing that really hurt was the Palmer Hall today that I didn't have. His 13 points, that actually did hurt my rank. Like, I would have had a bigger green arrow. Now I'm looking at being on the edge of a green arrow, and to be honest, my green arrow will be dependent on whether the likes of Zabani, Neto, Morris, basically on how they do more than even Dirty and Solanke, to be honest. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully Solanke can get something. But the main thing is it's 10 game weeks left. 10 game weeks left for the season, and I think it's now time to start taking a few risks going forward, because there is no time to be playing it safe and whatnot. If you're trying to catch mini leagues like myself, I'm trying to catch mini leagues. I'm currently 5th in this league. Top 3 get like prizes, so I need to get into the top 3, but I'm also defending champion of the previous season for this league, so I kind of want to see if I can win it. Right now, as things stand, I am currently how many? About 72 points away from the top, and about 50 something. Let's see, 48 points from third place. So we'll see how it goes. Definitely, I need to figure out some way or the other of trying to catch and close down the lead. And all of that starts with this week's potentially playing a free hit this week. So if you've all seen the free hit video, go check it. It's on the channel right now. Basically just explaining like a free hit draft. And this is the one that I think I ended up with. And I'm going to like tell you, right, a few ideas. Like if we look at this, the manager on the top, he's kind of set up for a Gameweek 29 non-free hit, right? He could probably end up getting 10 players with a hit. So I kind of had to figure out which players he can't get and try and probably get some of them on my free hit. Like he has triple Luton, so Morris is a player that he can't get. He's got Tony and Watkins already, which I also will most likely have unless I decide to go against a Tony or against a Watkins. I don't know if I want to go against a Watkins with the high ownership and whatnot. Tony maybe, but Tony has a really good fixture, so I probably might not go against Tony as well. Mira, welcome. How are you doing? And Tin, welcome as well. So yeah, Mira and Tin, just to explain to you guys, I'm talking about trying to take risk with 10 game weeks to go. Kind of need to start taking risk and trying to chase down those mini leagues. For me, it's like this mini league. I'm currently 72 points away from the top. Top 3 get prizes, so I'm 72 points away from the top place, and about 48 points away from third. So I have 10 weeks to kind of like take risk and try and gain rank. And one of those weeks of taking risk, it starts with the blank in 30, and I'm most likely going to be on the free hit. So I'm looking at my mini leagues, like the guy on top, he's going to be on a non-free hit. He's probably have 10 players with a hit. But like players he can't get, I'm looking at like, so he's got triple Luton, but no Morris. So Morris is someone that I could probably have. He doesn't have Pedro Porro. So that's a different that I would probably have as well. Goalkeeper he has Flecken, so I might also end up on Flecken because I think Brentford had the best chance of a clean sheet. Tony and Watkins might be same. Midfield is somewhere where I could probably make a difference. I have been contemplating the idea of even like instead of going for Bowen, maybe go for Paqueta, and even without Gibbs White, maybe a Kudus. I kind of have to wait and see. a bit of risky one going without Bowen, but maybe Kudus and Paqueta as a differential picks. So just looking into like various options of like a few differential picks that I can go for that my mini league may like the guys above me won't go for. So those are a few of the steps I'm thinking about in terms of taking risk. Same thing could be applied for, I guess, if you're looking into the Australian Elite League as well. Trying to survive the Australian Elite League. I'm currently 15th. If I want to try and I need to stay into the top 20. Pete FPL Silent is already now 19th as well. So Mira 20th as well. So you're looking to stay into that top 50. So trying to find ways to climb as well would help in terms of trying to. I guess it one way when I look at mini leagues that are pretty strong, it helps to also gain rank. Because if you're going to close these people down, you're kind of going to have to gain rank on them as well. So it helps you improve your rank as well. Manon, welcome. How are you doing? So yeah, so that's what I'm kind of looking at in terms of this week, and trying to have a somewhat differential free hit, but also have some of the template picks. With 4 games, it's very hard to kind of do too many different moves, but at the same time, so the template is going to be pretty strong with 4 games, but the chance of things going wrong as well, like too much damage happening, is also maybe not as high because you're taking only 1 or 2 risk, I guess. I guess we could say with a differential, like let's say if you to play a free hit in double game week 34, the risk is a bit more spread, but you also have the situations where, like this week in a double game week, the ones who've actually scored again, similar to last double game week, were the single game week players, Huming Sun and Cole Palmer. Single game week players doing really well in a double game week. I don't know if the same thing will happen in double game week 34. We'll kind of wait and see. But yeah, so that's currently what my plan is for free hit. And then I need to also think about, was it this one? No, about how I am going to try and get in a certain Mo Salah. So I've thought of various other moves in Gameweek 30 if I wanted to get Salah. Now, depends on how fit Salah is at the time, because he'll be a pretty good captaincy option. And if I don't captain him and if I don't bring him in, then I go for a captaincy on Huming Sun. So I haven't decided yet what to do. And I don't know if I even really want to go the way I'm going, because this is how my team would look. I could remove Odegaard, and I think Palmer is probably a more higher importance against Burnley than Salah for that specific week. But if I was to bring in Salah, one of Foden and Saka has to go. Now, Saka probably seems to be the easier one to kind of get rid, and I just stop at a -4. But I have too much value tied in Saka at 0.4 value tied in Saka that I don't want to do it. So maybe Foden might be the one that has to go, but that requires me taking a -8. And the -8 would be Doughty, potentially Doughty down to Gusto, or Doughty down to Bradley, depending on Bradley's fitness. Sorry, Trent's fitness. That's one potential way to do a hit. Or, because I want to try and avoid playing the wildcard in 31, I think I'm going to push my wildcard to like game week 35. So I can dead end in 34. The other option is to remove Areola for Kelleher if Allison is not back anytime soon, or depending on the injury to Edison, could also go Ortega. 3.7 goalkeeper for playing for Manchester City. Although his first 2 fixtures are not that great, so maybe Kelleher might be a better punt, given that a lot of people will have Bradley on their defense as well. Maybe this could be another option. I don't know. I haven't thought about it too much, but it's a -8. So getting in Salah requires a bit of sacrifice. The only thing here is I've kind of lost Foden. Now, that is a bit of a problem, but I haven't decided if it's something I want to do or not. So we'll see. few things to kind of decide on how to actually move and navigate it. The other option is if I don't do that goalkeeper transfer, which I think actually might pay off. Either the goalkeeper transfer or the defensive transfer. One of them are going to pay off anyways. I could remove Watkins as well instead and bring in someone slightly cheaper. For like I can bring in any other striker that is not Watkins. But it's Watkins against Wolves. I don't know if I want to do that immediately. But that's another way probably that I could do for a -8. Get in maybe a Darwin Nunes. That's also another possible move for a -8. So I need to kind of think about it and see how to approach this. The only problem is I won't have Foden for Aston Villa as well because I can't see myself removing someone to get Foden in for Villa. So I need to kind of think, see what happens based on the FA Cup results as well. That will also dictate who I actually go for. So instead of going Watkins to Darwin, I go Watkins straight down to Muniz, which allows me to get Foden back in the following week for Garnacho. This should give me, yeah. So that's something I can do as well. I haven't fully thought about it yet. All depends on how the FA Cup results and whatnot and how all of that goes. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, looking very interesting in terms of moves that I need to consider. And I'll probably re-switch my team to a 3-5-2 by game week 31 at a cost of a -8 in game week 30. Let's see. But need to start taking risk. 10 game weeks left. Need to start taking risk. So yeah, that's basically me in terms of my plans, at least for the next 2 game weeks. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. And if you guys want me to bring your teams up as well, I can do that as well. We can bring the teams up, put them in FPL.team if you want to. Let me know in the comments as well. And also, Mira is streaming at 9 p.m. Sydney time. Make sure to go check her stream out as well. She's joined by FPL Roo and Chaza Roberts from the FPL Addicts podcast. Both Australian content creators as well. So make sure to go check her stream out as well after this. So, any questions? And also, how's people's game weeks going on right now? Is it going on okay? Is it up, down, up, down? Or what's the situation with your game weeks? I know our friend Pete from SideNet having a pretty sick game week, I would say. With 51 points. Yeesh. He had Cole Palmer and Pascal Gross. Pete's trying good this week. So yeah, how is everyone's weeks going so far? Thanks, Ryan. I'm on 45 with 4 to go. Oof, that's a good score. 45 this week. 4 to go. So I'm assuming Solanke, Jyoti, Morris, and Neto in goal. 85k rank rise. Wow. That's the kind of rank rises I would like to try and chase. I am on 13 to 95. That's about 15, 20k rank rise. Tiny green arrow. Yeah, that's right. Dirty, Solanke, Morris, Neto. Yes. My best case scenario is that Solanke scores like a hat trick, or even 2 goals. Gets like 13 points. Or a hat trick would be nice. Yes, status would be nice. Because he's only 154 a year. And Doty gets like 2 goals as well. Neto and Morris, ideally, if they can be quiet, that would be great. Personal feelings. Bilal, welcome. How are you doing, Bilal? How's the free hit planning going? And how's your game week for this week going? Very nice today. Thank you very much. So, how's the planning? That would be nice. My Sri Lanka captaincy wasted, but we are in it together. Yes, we're all in it. I think a lot of us are in it together. Can I show you my draft? Yes, you can show me your draft. I can actually bring your team up and then type your draft up in here if you want me to. Oh, but you can send it to me on Discord as well, and I'll bring your team up here. For those who want to join the Discord, do join the Discord, and then you can. We've actually got it a bit more active now. The Discord, it's a bit more active. Team review, yes, put it on the FPL Rate My Team. And for those of you who are new, can join the Discord. That's the link. Should pop up. There you go. That's the link for the Discord if you want to join. Once you join, I will be able to grant you access to the rest of the Discord as well. Yeah. Anyone else with questions? Let me know in the comments. And also, if you're watching this back, put it in the comments. I will let you guys know. Who do you say are the must-have players this week in case of no free hit? In case of no free hit, okay. If you're not free hitting this week, your must-have players would be Watkins, Heung-min Son, Tony, I would assume non-free hitters would have Morris as well. So Tony, is he a must-have? Not really. Maybe Tony, Watkins' son, and I would say Doty also, because a lot of people would have Doty. Anyone with high ownership are probably your must-haves. Son, Tony, Watkins, Doughty, and I probably would add Bowen into that list. However, because Antonio played for West Ham in the last game, that's a bit annoying because that means Bowen is kind of pushed out. So he's not as effective as what we would want him to be. So in that case, you could probably take on Bowen as well. I would say Son, Tony, and Watkins are your definite probably must-haves. Is this your draft free hit? No, this is not exactly my draft free hit. I still haven't decided fully on what my draft free hit will be. It'll be very close. I think the midfield will be slightly different. I might have Paqueta and potentially even Kudus. As a draft free hit, if Region is not fit, I'd probably go for the other Brentford fullback. What's his name? Ross. I don't even know how to get his name up. So I'll probably go the other Brentford fullback, which is where's that guy? This guy, him. If Region is not fit, because Region will be on set pieces, so I want someone who's taking set pieces for Brentford. Robinson is a tempting pick as well, although he might not keep a clean sheet. Yeah. Karan, welcome. How are you doing? Stop copying me. I mean, this week it's a free hit, man. A lot of people are going to have the very similar squads if you want a free hit. There's only very few options you can go for. How many hits would you take to add additional players? A -4 is fine. A -8 is all right as long as you add in attackers and not defenders. I don't know if I would take hits for defenders. I most likely wouldn't even recommend hits for defenders. I would take hits for attackers as long as they're very good attackers. So yeah, maybe -4 or -8. Karan says Tony or Muniz in, Bowen in for Saka, or Mado in for Richa. -4 on the cards. Tony or Muniz? I'm probably going to go Tony. Something that I've been very interested with is Spurs. In the last two games, they've kind of kept their XG considered numbers slightly lower than what they had before the break that they had. So that is, I guess, something to kind of consider. Having said that, I did watch the Villa versus Spurs game, and I thought Watkins had quite a few chances which he should have done better. And they probably had a few good chances to score. But probably something that has kind of put me off Muniz now. Although Fulham had an XG of 3+. That's huge. So I don't mind Muniz as well. On form, you would have to probably say Muniz, especially given since you're taking a hit. Muniz has the Sheffield United game as well. So you kind of have to look at it from 2 game perspective rather than 1 game perspective. Muniz does have the Sheffield United game, so that's one thing to actually add to it as well. So it might make him a slightly better option as well. And then Bowen in for Saka or Madison in for Richa. That is a tough one because Bowen. Now that we know Newcastle's, defensive performance previously against Wolves wasn't it wasn't a trend to come. It's just a more one-off thing. I would probably go Bowen because he has Villa and Newcastle. I think the loss of McGinn for Villa will affect Villa defensively. That will also affect Douglas Luiz, I think, potentially. But it will affect Villa defensively, so I don't mind West Ham attacking options. Madison, though, Fulham and Luton, probably a better shout, right? So probably Madison slightly. Because I know Spurs will attack. With West Ham, at times, I don't even know what West Ham team is going to turn up. Whereas Spurs, I know they're going to attack. I'll probably lean towards Madison. Yeah, they're doing better defensively. Yes, Kudus can be Bailly or Iwobi too. That's also not bad. Iwobi is also not a bad shout. Fulham were unlucky. Yes, that's the thing. I take a -12 for you. Okay, never mind. Moyes and his haram ball tactics. Nehal, welcome. Amon Sells, Roslev, Regs, Doughty, Bowen, Kudus, Madis, Sun, Kulu, Watkins, Tony for my feed. See, Kulusevski is also a very interesting pick. Yeah, I'm wondering whether should I go 3-5-2 or should I go 3-4-3. The reason I'm pushing myself towards a 3-4-3 is because of my mini league. Like the guy at the top doesn't have Morris, and he has triple Luton, so there's no way he's getting Morris. That's why I've kind of pushed myself to a 3-4-3 rather than a 3-5-2. But I don't mind a 3-5-2 as well. But that's a pretty decent free hit team as well, Nehal. We need to monitor Region's injury though. That's the one thing. But you're going for both Brentford fullbacks. Interesting. That's also not a bad point. Not a bad punt. Meanwhile, I have Liam Bay and Bowen should have gone Madison. True, but it's a goal fest. I think the Aston Villa West Ham game probably sees a couple goals. Caught lacking. 3-4-3. Check the discords. All right, let me bring the discord up for your team. Can I paste it here? A bit blurred, but okay. So this is your draft. Basically, you've gone Flecken, Doughty, Potter, Roslev, Bowen, Madison, Sand, Gibbs White, Watkins, Morris, and Tony. And on the bench, you got Paqueta, Sufal, Murillo, and Kaminsky. Yep. So, I mean, nothing too much to complain about, right? Everyone has their upsides. I think the midfield is where there are a lot of options available. Gibbs White could do something. Elanga is also not a bad shout. Forest for a 1 week punt. Although he did get benched. I don't know why he got benched as well. Something to kind of keep an eye out for. I think Gibbs White should be the one on penalties for Forest. He is the one at least on free kicks. I think he should be on penalties as well. And then the rest, they kind of name themselves, right? I would have loved to know which Brentford centre back would have started as well, just to target for those set pieces, because Burnley are poor on set pieces. But yeah. Meanwhile, I've got Bailey and we'll probably go to 65% Bowen, 35% Matters. Yeah, that's the thing. Fair enough. Burnley for Brentford, don't see clean sheets in any other fixtures. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not really sure where the clean sheets are going to come. I'm just talking myself into the fact that Spurs have improved defensively and Pedro Porro can keep a clean sheet. But then again, Fulham actually has been insane for the last couple of game weeks, so maybe that's just a goal scoring game from both sides. I don't know where the clean sheets are going to come. You could say Brentford, but has Brentford been a solid defense? Not really. So if anything, if you all are picking defenders, I would pick attacking defenders like in this one. Just pick all the fullbacks, the attacking fullbacks on your defense, pick them. because you're not going to get a clean sheet. Very unlikely to get a clean sheet. So pick your attacking fullbacks. Yeah, Langa was benched last. Yeah, Wood is back, so Wood might. That's the thing. I'm not sure whether Gibbs White or Chris Wood will take penalties. That's the one thing I was a bit unsure about. Is my bench fullbacks decent attacking wise? So far, is not too bad. Not Murillo, but you can go for Nico Williams from Forest. Again, another attacking fullback, Robinson from Fulham, pretty attacking fullback as well. But to be honest, you're most likely not going to use your bench this week. It's going to be your start 11. Very unlikely that you're going to get into your bench, especially with just 4 fixtures on a free hit. So yeah. Fulham ownership, you never know. 3xg is not something that like you can just easily create as well. Team has to be very attacking to like get 3xg. So thing to kind of consider. Too many players selected from West Ham. Oh. Okay, so I'll just go. Ooh. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Will I go double West Ham? I'm not even sure. Maybe I might go double West Ham. I might also just like go for Elanga or Kudus. Sorry, Elanga or Gibbs White. Or even like to be honest, you can also add Harry Wilson from Fulham in there as well. So yeah, a few options. I'm not sure who that fourth midfielder will be. I kind of want to go Paqueta to be different. Because Paqueta is going to be the least selected out of the West Ham players, attacking wise. So I kind of want to go for Paqueta. Just that fourth midfield spot. Do I go Bowen? Do I go Kudus? I go Bowen a bit more templatey, and if Antonio is going to start again, I don't mind going Kudus because Kudus can play both left wing, right wing, and all of that. So kind of have to see. I would have loved to have gone. The only problem I have with Forest, even though Luton's defense is not that great, I'm just not too convinced with Nottingham Forest attack. That's my only problem that I have with Forest. Every other team, I'm kind of interested in their attacks. Like if Fulham were playing Forest and Luton were playing Spurs, I would have been way more interested in loading up on Fulham as well and like Muniz and whatnot. No Bowen in the draft. This goes back to my start of the video where I was like, I want to kind of take risk. That's why I was like, no Bowen in. Oh, Bowen is on the bench, but it was going back to the whole concept of trying to take risk because I'm trying to getting into the top 3 of this mini league, right? The guy in third is 48 points ahead of me. The guy at first is 72 points ahead of me. I need to take some level of risk. I think this guy is most likely going to like sell one of Saka or Foden to a Bowen. Kind of makes sense, right? Because that's someone he doesn't have. So he might do that. And if I can predict that they're going to go for Bowen, or at least that most of them in this league are going to go for Bowen, then maybe that's like a differential that I do. Now it can backfire big time. I'm well aware of that, but kind of have to take some level of risk, I think. The only thing is, I kind of need to know whether I would have loved to have known whether Antonio was going to start this game or not. So I think we probably need to monitor West Ham's midweek fixture in Europe to see how they do in Europe and see what happens in that situation. And same thing with Aston Villa as well. See how they do in Europe and the lineups before deciding whether I want to go for Bowen or for Kudus or whatnot. Bowen is a talisman, wouldn't take him on. True. But with if Antonio or Danny Ings are playing for West Ham, Bowen isn't as involved compared to when they aren't playing, is what I'm thinking. Werner minutes. Timo Werner's minutes. He's also another differential option, but I don't know if his minutes are secure. I want to try and get as many 90-minute players as possible. And I don't think Timo Werner falls into that 90-minute option, especially given that Brennan Johnson is also fit and firing. Kulusevski is also there. I don't know if Timo Werner falls into that 90-minute option. Brennan started. Yeah, that's the thing. Morris or Douglas Lewis might be a better place to take on. True. Now, Douglas Lewis I'm taking on anyways. Morris, the reason I've added Morris is because the guy at the top doesn't have Morris, and he can't get to Morris because he has triple Luton. That's why I have Morris in my team. I know Morris, template-wise, is higher. Like a lot more people own Morris. A lot more non-free hitters will own Morris as well. But I'm looking at it from a mini league perspective as well, trying to find differences, and that's one of the differences. Brennan Johnson's been on smoke recently. We could go instead of Madison, right? Instead of having Madison, who could also be another like template pick, you could actually go Brennan Johnson as well. Instead of Madison, that is also not a bad shout to try. But Madison has also been on pretty good form recently, so not really sure. I think Madison is also more minute snail than Brennan Johnson would be. Don't you think? Yep, that Bowen has done jack shit on either side of the hat trick. Yep, I'm sticking with Madison for consistency. Yeah, that's up. Madison has been consistent in the last 2 games, so I don't mind having him. Yeah, again, 10 game weeks left. If you're trying to climb rank, if you're trying to win mini leagues, kinda have to start taking a few risks. And that is where I'm at. And I'm gonna link that with taking risk. We did a video with Mira, who's in the chat right now, and also Damon, who won the Australian Elite Qualifier League last season. And we did a video on how to win your mini leagues. You guys can go and check that. It's on the channel as well, which is a very good video as well. What if risk backfire too much? I mean, if risk backfire. But then that's the thing, right? I'm not taking risk on all the players, right? I'm taking risk on 1 or 2 players. Now, risk will backfire. Like this week, right? I didn't have Palmer, and Palmer went and got 13 points, and that was unfortunately a move that backfired. Because if I had Palmer, I would have been like, instead of 295 right now, I would have been like 240, 230k. So that's a risk I had, right? I had Odegaard and Foden. Now maybe hindsight wise, maybe I should have removed Foden. Maybe I should have benched Foden and started Garnacho. But I guess that's another thing, right? That's what happens when I didn't want to take risk. Logically speaking, maybe dropping Foden in a tough game would have made sense, but I wasn't willing to take on that risk. And because of that, you miss out on some options. So you kind of have to take, exactly like Mira saying, it's calculated risk. Maybe hindsight wise, could have dropped Foden. But then at the same time, Foden was on such great form that I wasn't sure if I wanted to drop Foden, because I thought City would step up. But when you watch the City versus Liverpool game, Liverpool were kind of all over City. City's defense was on toast. Like, they were struggling, City. So that's the thing, right? It's all kind of have to start taking calculated risk. So this is a calculated risk taken on Bowen. But I want to kind of wait and see what happens with the Europa League, yeah, or Conference Europa League. I want to see what happens in that, in terms of the lineup, and see where Bowen is playing, see whether Antonio and Danny Ings are playing, and then yeah, hindsight is 2020 indeed. Who else says the team sheet from our defense against City? You would have been licking your lips. Yep. Exactly, right? So you see Gomez playing, you see Kwanzaa playing, you see Bradley playing, and Van Dijk in the middle of all of that, and you're like, a good option, a good opportunity, but like, no, they were getting wrecked. City were getting host. I tried to avoid attackers and defenders from the same team. I have tried to do that. Oh no, in this thing, I have kind of done that. I don't have any Burnley attackers. I don't have any Fulham attackers. And I don't have any Forest attackers. And the same way, I don't have Fulham defense, no Villa defense, no West Ham defense. So I've kind of avoided that. So that's also the thing. You kind of need to make your hedged bets in terms of where you kind of have to make a prediction of where do you think who's going to win, who's going to keep a clean sheet. That also you kind of have to predict and make based on the decisions. So if you think Spurs are going to keep a clean sheet, I went with the Spurs defender. If I thought Brentford had the most likely chance of keeping a clean sheet out of every team playing, that's why I've gone double Brentford defense. So stuff like that. On a free hit, you gotta take those risks to put yourself in a position to get lucky. Yes, that's the thing. Bring Haaland and Salah for Gameweek 30. That's not a bad idea. So cool. Anyways, any final comments before we kind of slowly start to end it off? So yeah, that's basically my current plans. We'll see what happens. Ideally, hopefully for this Bournemouth versus Luton game, Solanke, you can get a hat trick. Doherty, you can get 2 goals or something. Morris, Neto, Zabani, please stay quiet. Thank you very much. Barkley as well, please stay quiet. That would be greatly appreciated. So yeah, any final questions before we end it off? Please, Solanke. And also, we'll be having a podcast tomorrow. Podcast will be at 9:30 p.m. Sydney time. 9:30 p.m. Sydney time. I'll create the podcast. I'll schedule the stream tomorrow morning, so you guys will see it all on your subscription boxes as well, so you'll know what time it is in your time zone. But yeah, podcast tomorrow with Roy, and see how we go. Need Morris and Dirty to be silent? Yes. Not tonight, right? It's basically on Thursday. The game's on Wednesday, tomorrow for you guys, depending on where you are in the time zone. Good luck, Ryan says, Manon. Thank you, Manon. Good luck to you as well. Cool. We'll end it there. If you all need any questions, further questions asked, drop it in the Discord channel. If you guys want any questions answered, drop it in the Discord channel. Join the Discord if you haven't joined the Discord yet. And thank you to everyone. Tonight is UCL night. Yes, tonight is UCL night. So thank you to everyone. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe while you're new, and also I think after this, in another 20 minutes time, Mira is streaming as well. You can go find her content on her channel. Let me actually share the link for that if I can. Here we go. So go find Mira's channel. And when she's live, you can go check her channel out as well. That's the link for her stream. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you all tomorrow for the Gameweek 30 podcast. So yeah, if you're watching this later, and if you reached up to this point, and if you have any questions, put it in the comments. And for you guys as well. Oh, Tiger and Guna, welcome. I was just about to end, but do you have any questions, Tiger and Guna? I can answer your questions. If you guys have any questions as well, put it in the comments because it helps the YouTube algorithm. Smash the like button as well. That also helps the YouTube algorithm. And subscribe as well. Tiger and Guna, any questions? Are you free hitting this week? Are you wildcarding this week? What's the plan? Is 7 okay for this week? Is that with a hit or without a hit? Can you get it to like 8 or something? 8 or 9? Can you get it to 8 or 9? I think I might be able to bring your team up. Here we go. This is your team. Let's bring your team up over here. for Gameweek 29. So you have attackers, which is good. I would look into potentially removing Haaland, right? For maybe for a Tony if you wanted to. And even potentially removing Solanke for another striker. Maybe for, I don't know, you could go for Muniz, you can go for Morris. No, you can't go. Oh, you can go for Morris as well. Muniz may be slightly better option. You could do something like this. I don't know if you want to remove Palmer and Saka. Up to you. But you could do something like this and play. So you'll have 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 with a hit. You do something like this. I've never seen a YouTuber help each one of his viewers like this. Man deserves 1,000,000 subs. Thank you. But when we get to 1,000,000 subs, it'll be way more harder to help you guys like this. But to be honest, that's why we have the Discord to help you guys. 513, welcome. Only one transfers. Yes, if you do one transfer, so if I was to undo, if you did like that, so then if you did Solanke out to Tony, 5, 6, 7, 8 players. Chatbox is awesome. Thank you very much. Could you review my team? Yes, I can review your team. 60-50 in the league. Let's bring it up. I mean, this is not too bad. If you want, you can do a minus and get rid of Haaland as well and get in another striker. Because I don't know if you want to remove Saka and Palmer. Not really sure if you want to do that. 15.7 right now. Sorry, 1.3, 10.3. So that's effectively 9 million. Oh, you can remove Saka as well because you don't seem to have like too much of a sell-on price on Saka. Because Saka is right now what, 9.2, and you can sell him for 9 million. So you could probably remove Saka as well if you don't want to sell Haaland. And you could remove Saka and go to Madison, Bowen, anyone, up to you. Haaland and who? You could remove Haaland and bring in either, you could bring Muniz, who is not a bad option, plays Spurs, but has a fixture against Sheffield United in Gameweek 30, which is good. So Muniz is an option. You could also bring in Morris, but I don't know if I want to because they don't have a good Gameweek 30 fixture. You could look to bring in Avayoni maybe, who plays Luton and then Palace. Or Chris Wood. Maybe Chris Wood might be the one who starts. Although, do I really want to buy Chris Wood on a free hit? Probably not. So maybe Muniz might actually make the most sense for you. Or you have to remove like Saka and you get in like Bowen, Madison, Paqueta, Kudus, one of those as well as an option. You remove Saka. Those are one of the two moves you could probably do. That's yours. I wouldn't do a defensive move for a hit. I don't think it's that worth it. And then there is who? Leo. Who basically, what are you doing, Leo, this week? I don't have Bowen. Yeah, you can bring in Bowen as well if you wanted to. Up to you though, in terms of what you actually want to do. Because I think based on your squad, you probably would want to wildcard Game Week 31, most likely. Who's the other one? So you can bring in, you could do Bowen. You could do Madison. You could do who else can you do? Who else could we do? You could do a Forest player, but I don't know if to be honest, if you're wildcard 31, I also don't mind if you do Saka to Madison, this is depending on how many hits you want to take. And you for a -8, and you got in Muniz as well for. You could do something like this and play with 9 players on a -8. I don't know if you want to try it though. Up to you. I'll have 11.6. You can use this money in Gameweek 30 to remove Douglas Lewis or something, or actually remove Ross Barkley and bring in Mo Salah and start something like this. Not too bad, I would say. I just discovered I was not on the live the past 5 minutes. Fair enough. So you could do something like this as well. Some Game Week 30. So up to you. Want to take a -8. Win the team like this. Not too bad, to be honest. Instead of Madison, you can also go for Bowen if you wanted to. But Bowen doesn't have. Does he have a good? No, he has Newcastle is in Game Week 30 is not a bad fixture as well. It's just that Madison has Luton in Game Week 30, which is slightly better. That's the only difference. And while I'm doing your team, let me bring on Leo's team as well. This is Leo's team. Leo, you're definitely on a free hit. So what's your free hit looking like? So I should do a -8? You could do a -8. It's up to you if you want to do the -8. Any free hit template? Yes, if you wanted a free hit template, it would look like. Wait, am I both the same? I knew I should have named these two things. Yep. Yeah, if you want a free hit template, it looks like something like. This could actually have Kudus as well, to be fair. This could be a potential free hit template. You could have a few other stuff as well. Let me get a screenshot. You don't need to take a screenshot. I actually recorded a free hit video that's on the channel, and I've explained like various options on the video. So you can have a look at that video and see. I've gone through like various options in the midfield that you can go and get, various options in the defense, in goal, in attack. Doesn't necessarily have to have Kudus. That fourth midfield spot is open to any pick you would like. Yeah, so have a look at that and see, because you're definitely on a free hit. So go and check that. That might actually help you. And then tomorrow we'll have a podcast, and you guys can come ask questions then as well. So yeah, Hagenguna, just to end it, you could actually do a -8. It might help you, because technically you'll be getting like appearances points, which you won't be getting. So it's like a -2 per hit. So I would go and get Tony. And also, I'll probably captain Sun. So I will get Tony for Solanke. So let me reset this, right? So your squad looks like this, right? For this game week. You could sell Solanke for Tony. And probably sell Saka, given that he has City in game week 30, for either Madison, right? Or Bowen. That pick is completely up to you. But I think Madison might have the slightly better 2 fixtures over the next 2 game weeks compared to Bowen. So maybe Madison is not a bad shout. And you probably want to like get differential players as well to try and climb rank. And then you could go for. You could also remove Haaland if you wanted to. And you could bring in like a Muniz who plays Spurs and Sheffield United in Game Week 30. You could do something like this, maybe Captain Heung-min Son. My friend forgot to turn on his wildcard. Ah, that hurts. That would hurt. Oh, see, that's the thing, guys. If y'all are playing the free hit, turn on the free hit chip now itself. You don't want to be in that situation where you go and you've done your free hit moves and you haven't clicked the free hit button and you take a -20 instead. Muniz is Fulham? Yes, Muniz is Fulham. He's from Fulham. You could go for Muniz. The other striker options, I think Morris is probably the other striker option, but they don't have a good game week 30 fixture. So you want someone who's good for 2 game weeks, and Muniz might be that option. So yeah, you could do a -8. It's not a bad choice and get like you have 10 players out. It's actually pretty good. So wildcard 31, yeah, your squad definitely needs a wildcard 31. Having said that, you're having a pretty good game week this week, so well done on that. Who did you bring in this week? Transfer history, you bought in Sun. I think that's a great move. Dirty so far hasn't worked out, but 46 points, well done. Looking good, looking good. Hopefully Solanke does the business as well. Barkley, yes, you have Barkley as well. We'll see. Yeah, you have Barkley, Doherty, and Solanke, right? To go. Wrong position. Let's see how you do. Cool. Yeah, you bought in the. Yep. Cool. I think that should be good. Let me know how you guys go. We'll end it here. So thank you to everyone. I should have played Dunk. Yeah, I know that was my fault. I did recommend Anderson over Dunk, right? That might have been my fault. Cool. All right. So shout out to everyone. Thank you very much. Make sure to hit the like button. If you guys are new as well and you're watching this back, please subscribe. It does help the channel. And for you guys also who's just watching this, if you have any further questions, put it on the comments of the YouTube video because that helps the YouTube algorithm as well. And go if you're playing the free hit, go check the free hit video. It's already out on the channel. And I will end it off here. Thank you, Tiger and Guna, to 513, Mira, Bilal, Manan, Nehal, and Karan, and as well as Tin. Thank you to everyone. Make sure to join the Discord if you haven't joined the Discord. And 513, thank you as well. I will see you all tomorrow for the podcast at 9:30 p.m. Sydney time. So that is like 6:30 p.m. your time, Tiger and Guna. And I think that's the same time for anyone in IST time zone as well. But yeah, that's basically it. Just transferred. What did you transfer? Wait, who did you transfer? Don't make all your transfers now itself because I kind of want to wait and see for any injury news and whatnot. But yeah, we'll end it here. Thank you all for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all tomorrow. Peace out, everyone. I thought you were at 6. Yeah, but tomorrow, because I have to record another video before this for Scout the Game Week. So before on tomorrow. So because of that, I'm pushing the podcast slightly later. That's why. So usually we do at 9 p.m. But tomorrow we're doing 9:30. Because I have to record a video before that. But yeah. Thank you all for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace out, everyone.